Hello. Hi guys. Today I am reading this book. Its name Great Stories in Easy English: The Adventures of Huckleberry Finn by Mark Twain. Today I am going to read in first chapter. Let's get into it. Huck and his friends. If you read Tom Sawyer, you'll know a lot about me. But if you haven't, it doesn't matter, because now I am going to tell you about myself. My mother died soon after I was born, and my father, a drunkard, treated me badly. He beat me so often that I ran away from him and lived like a wild boy in the woods. The naughtiest boys of the town were my friends, and the thieves of them was Tom Sawyer. Tom Sawyer and I had many exciting adventures together and a great deal of fun. However, those happy times came to an end when Widow Douglas, in the kindness of her heart, took me into her house. Intending to bring me up as her son, Widow Douglas was very kind to me, but I was unhappy in her house. I felt that I was in prison. I had to wash every day, to put on clean clothes, and I even had to wear shoes. I couldn't eat when I liked, but only a fixed meal time. When Widow Douglas rang a bell, I had to sit down at the table, using a knife and fork to eat. I had to go to bed early and stay in a bed all through the night. This was hard for me because I was used to sleeping in the woods or wandering about the street at night time. Widow Douglas' sister, Miss Watson, and all made with glasses, came to live with her, and I didn't like her at all. She made me learn spelling for hours. I found this very dull, and I just couldn't sit it. "Don't put your feet up, Huckleberry," she could say. "Sit up straight, boy. Don't yawn like that. Do try and behave." I bore this as long as I could, and then I ran away to the woods, where I felt free. It was Tom Sawyer who pressured me to go back to Widow Douglas again. He found out where I was hiding and came to me and said, "Huck, I'm going to start a band of robbers. I'm letting Joe Harper join and Ben Rogers as well. You can join too, Huck, if you go back to Widow Douglas's." "Think it's over, Huck?" I thought it over, and in the end went back to the widow's house and even to school. The signal for the first meeting of the band came late one night. I was sitting by my bedroom window, feeling lonely and miserable. In the distance, an owl was crying about somebody who was dead. In the yard, a dog was howling about somebody who was going to die. The clock in the town struck 12, and then all was still. Suddenly, I heard the sound of the branch breaking in the dark among the trees. Something was moving down there. Soon I heard a faint meow, meow. How glad I felt! Tom Sawyer had come for me. "Meow, meow," I answered as softly as I could. Quickly, I put out the light, climbed out of the window onto the shed, and slipped down to the ground where Tom was waiting for me. We hurried to the bank of the river where George Harper, Ben Rogers, and 3 other boys were waiting. When we all climbed into a boat and rowed a cave, it was damp and cold in the cave, but we lit our candles and sat down in high spirits. Now we'll start this band of robbers, Tom Sawyer began. Everybody that wants to join has to got to swear to keep the rules and write this name in blood. Afterwards, he's got to kill anybody who hurts any member of the band. Hooray! We all cried. What will be fun? Ben Rogers, who had a practical mind, said, I'd like to know exactly what our gang's going to do. What's our line of business? We put masks on and stopped carriages on the road, Tom explained. We rob the people of their watches and their money. Sometimes we kill them. Sometimes we bring them back to the cave and keep them here till they are ransomed. Ransomed? What's that? I don't know. But that's what they do in books. But how can we do it if we don't know what it is? Well, I don't know. Perhaps ransomed means keeping the people till they are dead. That's silly. They'll eat up all our food and they'll keep on trying to get away. No, they won't. There'll be a guard watching them all the time. We'll shoot them down if they move a finger. A guard? That's clever. I don't think. Who's going to sit up all night watching them? Well, that's how it is in books. What about the woman? Do we kill them right away? Ben Rogers, Tom exclaimed in disgust. If I was as silly as you are, I'll keep my mouth shut. Of course, we don't kill the woman. In books, the robbers bring the woman to their cave and treat them very politely. After a time, the woman falls in love with the robbers and never wants to leave them. It seems to me, Ben Rogers said. What, the cave's going to be full of women and people waiting to be ransomed? There won't be any room left for us. However, go ahead, I don't mind. We elected Tom Sawyer captain of the gang, and then the meeting was over. We all made our way back home. I climbed on the shed and in through the window just as day was breaking. My new clothes were dirty and candle greases and mud, and I felt tired out. The next morning, Miss Washington gave me a good scolding because of my dirty clothes. Widow Douglas said nothing at all, but just cleaned off the grease and the mud. However, she looked so sad that I decided to begin to change my ways. If I could. This over the first chapter. Let's meet us again in second chapter. Tedwan Sarna.